My name is Natalie Prez, and I have an interview with the frontman of Shadows Fall on January 14th, 2013. Can you give me a brief summary as to how the band came to be, and where did the name Shadows Fall come from?
Well, the band kind of came together just from a lot of us playing when we were kind of in high school in different bands from the same local scene. Massachusetts had a pretty small but tight-knit metal and hardcore scene, and once some of our other projects started kind of disbanding, Matt and John put Shadows Fall together, I think, like 96 between the two of them. And over the next couple of years, myself and then Paul and then our drummer Jason kind of joined, and that's when things kind of really, got serious in 2000. And we've just kind of been going strong since then. And as far as the name, we always try to come up with some cool story, but the truth is, Matt stole it from a comic book. So, he just thought it sounded metal, but without being genre specific. Like some death metal bands, you can tell right away because they're called, Slaughter Fest or something. So he wanted something that sounded metal, but wasn't too, couldn't pigeonhole us in one way or the other. So just kind of had a dark vibe to it.
Alrighty then. You're known for your long dreadlock hairstyle.
Yes, indeed.
How long did it take you to get your hair that way, and how do you manage to keep it that way all year long?
I guess the last haircut was probably 1993, so it's been about 19 years, I guess. And it started really short, so, and as far as how do you keep it going, I don't have to do anything now. I mean, you have to take, like, a pair of hedge clippers to get these things out now, so they just pretty much grow that way on their own. I just wash it, let it dry, and just let nature take over after that. It's pretty much the most low-maintenance hairstyle possible. The only thing you have to deal with is it gets in the way. Car doors become a problem. You got to leave a little quicker. I'm at an office right now, like kind of just helping someone out with some stuff, and I rolled over it with the office chair. So like it's just little things like that normal people probably don't have to worry about during the day.
All right. How many times do you think you've hit a fellow band member on stage while headbanging due to your hair?
Absolutely. Countless times. But now, it hasn't happened in a while because they all learn the wingspan after, over time. And they kind of see it coming, and they know their little safe zones, But it gets stuck on everything. Tuning pegs, guitars, the light rigs above me, anything. And usually the first few rows, they're just getting I just call it the car wash. They got to go through the car wash every night.
Why did you want to go and, have the whole dreadlock style to begin with?
For me, it's kind of almost like a history lesson that you carry around with you. It marks everywhere you've been, everything you've learned, everything you've done over the past few decades. For me, at least at this point, and it's almost like a chronicle because it really started once I was getting into bands and getting into music, also getting the more natural kind of philosophy and lifestyle. So I feel like there'll be some point where a new era, or just change hits where it'll be time to let go of a lot of those lessons and experiences. But for now, it's just kind of a way to bring them along with me. It's almost kind of like tattoos and things like that. It's just that kind of where you've been and what you've learned. And it's funny to think that the end of my hair was when I was just, a senior in high school. So I was a way different person back then.
All right. Can you tell me about the crowd surfing you had done at the Upstate Concert Hall in New York?
It's a move. That was actually the third time it's ever happened. The crowd surfed to the bar, shot of Patron, crowd surf back before the song starts, before the lyrics start. So the first time it ever actually happened was in Philadelphia at the TLA, and I just noticed, I'm like, I got a straight line right to the bar. The only thing I didn't realize at that time, there was a barricade, on top, in front of the bar.
Yeah.
So I did have to step on that, and then crowd surf the rest of the way. So there was a little stopgap, but in Albany, I just noticed the same thing, but it was a straight line. It was so packed, there was no way I could hit the ground. So I was like, you know what, this is the chance. And it was also the last night of the tour with Kill Switch Engage, so we were in a party mode anyway. So I figured, no, that's the way to set it off.
Great.
And I made it back exactly with about a second to spare before the lyrics started. So it was pulled off to perfection.
When it comes to, performing, every night and what have you, would you ever consider performing one of your albums in its entirety from front to back, or no?
It's something that we've thought about, and we just finished that tour with Killswitch Engage where they were doing all of their record Alive or Just Breathing from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And it was definitely a cool thing because for them it was the 10th anniversary, and some of those songs had either only been played live, a few times or never.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we started thinking like it would be cool to do a record like that, maybe on like an anniversary type of situation,
mm-hmm.
where you get some of those deeper cuts get played. And then also you can retire those songs, though, and be like, all right, this is your chance to see them. It's going to happen once, and then that's it, So it would be something we'd think about. But it would have to be the kind of the right setting,
Yeah, exactly. How easy is it to keep the motivation going on a daily basis for Shadows Fall?
It's easy because we still feel like we have something to say musically. We still feel like what we do really well, and we actually just enjoy the creative process of it. I think what really re-energizes us is when we come off the road to work on a new record, and the ideas start flowing, and you realize, like, wow, we have a lot more to say. And those new songs kind of re-energize you as a band. They get you excited about getting back on stage and playing those songs. Because, the wear and tear, and just as you kind of get a little bit older, it does get tough to go out there for 8 weeks at a time, 9 weeks at a time, and just keep, stay on the road. So I think it is that kind of energy that you re-inject when you come off and create something new with a new record that kind of keeps you going,
Yeah. You guys have toured a lot, over the years, but where haven't you guys been to yet?
We haven't been able to extensively do South America. We've done a short tour where we hit a few countries. We'd love to do a more extensive tour.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to get to India and like Indonesia and a few other places that we've had a great fan response, but just the logistics of traveling haven't worked out for us yet, so we'd love to get there.
Mm-hmm.
As well as South Africa would be cool as well. So, but we've been lucky enough to get the places we never imagined we'd be. Places like the Philippines and China and Korea.
Mm-hmm.
We never thought in a million years that our music would take us there. So it's been pretty awesome. But if with a wish list, those three that I mentioned definitely would be up there.
Great. Of course, bands, they always come out with, merchandise designs, but what has been the craziest T-shirt design that you guys have come up with?
We had a whole series of beer logo rip-off shirts that I absolutely loved. We did a Guinness logo, we did a Miller Lite logo, we did a Pabst Blue Ribbon logo,
mm-hmm.
and those to me are just fun because you can only do them for so long because you're probably going to get a hit with a cease and desist, but so they make them special as well.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, we like to inject a little humor into such an overly serious metal world.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we have our obnoxiously evil, T-shirt designs as well.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to have those fun ones just to break it up every now and then. But our most famous is definitely our Eating Emo Kids for Breakfast shirt, and that was one of those things where it was a time where just all these emo bands were whining and complaining about some girl, breaking their heart when they were in like 8th grade, and we were just so sick of hearing it on the radio that we had to design the world's most obnoxious shirt, and that was the Eating Emo Kids for Breakfast. And on the back it just says, "Quit your fucking crying," so that pretty much sums it up.
How many band T-shirts are in your personal collection?
I recently had a purge where I went through and anything that was either wouldn't fit or just was, like I knew I would never wear again went into a big storage bin because I still couldn't get rid of them. But so between what's in storage and what's in my closet, we're in the 250 to 300 range easily. And a lot of it is just from being on tour and, you meet new bands and they're cool guys and you just, you trade T-shirts or, you get to tour the band you've always loved and you get a, T-shirt from them and the collection just gets out of hand after a while. But I can't part with them either. So they just go into the weatherproof tub down the storage space. And I can't eBay them either because I figured my friends will see that I sold their T-shirt they gave me and get pissed. So.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe a fake eBay account, and I'll just clear them all out.
Or get one of your friends to do it. Hey, man, sell this for me?
Totally, yeah. Percentage,
What else do you guys have planned for this year?
We're about to head out with Hatebreed in a few weeks. As part of, they got a new record coming out, so it's cool. They're playing kind of undersized venues for them, so it's kind of they want to do a really intense, packed small club tour, and then we're really excited to do that because that's kind of where we came up as well. And then after that, we're heading to Europe with Testament, doing a few UK co-headline shows with Il Nino, and then a week with Anthrax on the Metal Alliance tour. So we'll be pretty busy. And then we're actually going to take some time off. I got my first child on the way, so I got to take some time off before the wife kills me to come home and not only help her with the end of it, but also, there's no way I'm missing the birth. So
Yeah.
And then once things kind of settle down, then we'll probably start working on a new record and then head back out. But I'll be on diaper duty for a little while. So he's been cool enough as it is. I don't think I'll get away with too much more time off.
All right, sounds good. And is there anything else you would like to say or add to the fans out there?
Just that we really appreciate the over 15 years of support this band has gotten. We've been lucky enough to do the world's coolest job for way longer than we thought possible. And these days to see that we're still able to sell records when no one's selling records, when people are just stealing them, shows you that the fans really support the band and what they stand for. And this last tour we just did was kind of a real reminder of that support that we've gotten, and we really appreciate it and realize that without those people we wouldn't be stuck at home and not able to do this. So it really means a lot.